Hello. So, I'm going to demonstrate some of evening prayer. I'm going to do it by sections. So the first section I suggest working on is just the beginning. So, beginning to measure 9. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to explain some things that happen in this measure. I'm going to demonstrate, try it at different tempos, and then you can feel free to play along at any time. So if you ever want to go back and restart the video, I suggest doing that so you can play with me at different speeds. But also I suggest pausing the video and then trying it yourself to see if you get it afterwards. Okay? So, from beginning to measure 9 in evening prayer, make sure you're counting the dotted half notes. That's 3 beats each, so that's like in measure 1, and that's it. Then in measure 2, make sure you're slurring, and it's on a down bow. Okay? So like the first 2 measures would be 1, 2, 3, 4, slur, 1, 2. Okay? So pause it, try it on your own, make sure you slur. Alright, now I'm going to play the whole section now, and I did forget there is a dotted half note also in measure 3, so be aware of that. 3 counts in your head. Okay, here we go. This one is slow enough to where we can usually do it up to tempo, so we're just going to go up to tempo. All right, there's 1 through 9. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so my suggestion for that area, if you didn't practice it with vibrato and you know vibrato, to use vibrato because it makes the tone sound prettier, and mainly that's it. It makes it sound prettier and really nice. So now go ahead, try it on your own. If you need to play with me again, go back and do it again. Alright, now moving forward, we're going to look at measures 9 through 17. So, be careful at measure 9. There's a C natural and an F natural. So a normal 4th finger on the G string for C natural and a 2nd finger on the D string for F natural. And then it switches back to F sharp in measure 10. Be wary of the dotted half note in measure 13. It's 3 beats. Then the quarter note is 1. Again, in 15, same thing. 3 beats for the dotted half note, then 1. And then let's try it. Okay, find your C natural on the G string. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so one thing I forgot to mention is make sure at measure 9 you've got a crescendo, measure 10, you have a crescendo. So we're gonna go, keep getting louder, and then a little bit softer. Okay, so when you played along with me or you're listening to me play it, make sure you go back and work on those crescendos as well. So go ahead, try it on your own. If you feel like you need to work with me again, start the video again. All right, now we're gonna look at measure 17. Got quarter notes, more moving parts, and then at measure 18, make sure you do an extension on the D string for that G sharp, okay? So it's an extended 4. Make sure your thumb placement is in the right spot. You've got it towards the center of the neck, so that way you can reach back for that first finger and stretch for that extension. Okay? Then make sure at measure 20 you start to die down and get soft again for 21. Also, if you didn't write in the slur at measure 23, please write in the slur right here on the B and A like this. Okay? This is when the cellos have the melody, so this is really important that we play out at measures 22 and beyond. Okay? So, I'm first going to play measures 17 to 22. I'm going to stop. I know I just briefly talked about measures 22 and 23, but I'm going to stop before then, and then we will play the next section. Okay? Here we go. Nice big crescendo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go back and work on that again. Make sure that you work specifically on measure 18. Slowly, it's like this. Okay, try that slow with me or by yourself, and then try it like this. Sorry. Let me try it one more time. So really stretch that fourth finger. It's really important where your thumb placement is. All right. Okay, now if you need to work on this again, pause the video or rewind this video and work on it again. If you're not getting that G sharp in tune, I suggest using a tuner. Okay? Just play the notes slowly like this. Play it slowly so the tuner recognizes the note, and then that way you know it's in tune. Okay? Alright, moving forward at measure 22. This is where the cellos get the melody, so we gotta really play out. And make sure 23, there is a slur. And then, again, at measure 25, you're slurring 3 notes, the quarter note and the 2/8 notes. Okay? So let's go through 22 to 26. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, now make sure you get that F sharp because I just played the wrong fingering, so it should be a third finger. So make sure that you're playing the right note and it's a third finger for the F sharp. Let's try it one more time together, and I do apologize for this noise right now. I'm recording this at school, so there's our motivation music going on right now after the first bell. So let's try it again at measures 22. All right, here we go. Slur. 1, 2. Third finger. Slur. And then this is where the violins and the viola take over. All right, so going forward. Well, actually, first, if you need to go back and do that again, please do and play along with me. So, also, suggestion at 25, break it up like this when you're practicing. Go 1, and then put a little pause, and then play the E. Okay, one more time like this. And then try it without a pause. Okay? Now we'll go on to 26. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead and kind of backtracking. So at 26, this music is awful, I'm so sorry. At measure 26, make sure you are resting for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're always counting in your head 1, 2, 3, 4, or tapping it with your foot, or you can even think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to make sure you don't come in early and to make sure that you're subdividing the correct beats. Now from 28, 29 half notes, 2 beats per measure, then 30, make sure you got that C natural and F natural again. It's a repeat of earlier, like at measure 9. Okay, this part is very similar to 9. There's little different notes. There's also a crescendo at measure 31, leading all the way to 33, so you got to keep getting louder, and then we get soft again at measure 34. Okay, make sure you count your dotted half notes as well, like at measure 34, and we are going to stop at measure 36. Okay, so I'm going to play this with the rest, so that way you know when to come in with me. Okay, here we go. Starting with the rest at 26. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crescendo. Keep crescendoing. And then get a little softer. Now soft. 2, 3. All right, that is the tempo. So when you can play it at that pace, you're playing it at the right tempo. Okay, now at measure 30, I would suggest going back and doing it to make sure you get C natural. If you leave your C natural down and put your E down on the D string, then it's so much easier to play in tune. So we got C natural, E to F sharp. Wow, I just said the wrong thing. I hope you caught that. Once again, at 30, so it's C natural, leave 4, go to 1, E natural, F natural. Okay, once again, practice this with the tuner, and make sure that you heard me when I corrected myself. It's not an F sharp, it's an F natural. At measure 31, it's an F sharp though. So then at measure 31, we're gonna have D, F sharp, G. Okay? All right. Now, if you need to go back and work on this section again with me or by yourself or with a tuner, stop the video, practice, come back. Okay, now we're going to look at measures 36. We're just going to go to the end because we might as well, because we're getting to the end of the piece. So you got to make sure that you're counting your dotted half notes again. You have your dotted half note in measure 36, 3 beats. Half notes at 37. And then at
Thursday, February 14th.
Sorry, morning announcements.
Happy Valentine's Day. By the way, all student council reps and officers, please report to Ms. Noe's room at recess.
This was a bad time to record, so I would suggest fast forwarding this part of the video. I'm so sorry that this is happening.
For those students who are student council and going to GT today, please report to Mrs. Noe's room right away so that you can get to your bus by 8:05. We don't want to miss your delivery. So for those kids who are in student council and GT, please go see Mrs. Noe right away so you can catch your bus 8:05. Also, happy birthday, Arizona. You just turned 107 years old. Congratulations. That's right. Today is the state birthday of Arizona. We have a very important safety reminder. When coming to school, especially on a bicycle,
so sorry.
Stop at all intersections and check for traffic. You're probably a great bike rider, and you might see cars coming and going, but that does not mean the drivers see you, and they have much bigger vehicles. So please, be cautious. Stop when you get to those intersections, look for cars, and then proceed when it's safe. We don't want anyone hit by a car, so please use extra care near intersections. And I think we have some positive energy. Let's hold on 1 second. Yes, we do. Avery Whitmer in room 19, helping a new student and being a great role model from Miss Wagner. To Jamie Cole in room 19, helping a new student and being a great role model as well. Thank you for welcoming our new students. And this goes to Gianna Awadala in room 14, showing great sportsmanship. She helped explain the rules of kickball to one of her teammates. That's the YMCA. Thank you very much for making lunchtime sports fun and safe. And it's a great way to demonstrate excellent sportsmanship. We do have Garden Club today at 2:20 in room 14. So Garden Club members, remember after school today, room 14, 2:20. Well, that does end today's announcements. Teachers, please conclude with a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, I'm sorry if you're still watching the video. I didn't think about this. So, anyways, now that we are moving on from measure 36 to the end, once again, make sure you count your dotted half notes, 3 beats, measure 36, 2 beats in 37 for your half notes. So make sure at 36 it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Sorry, I hit the G string. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to keep going. Make sure at 39 you have your G sharp. So make sure it's 1, extend to 4, open A, B. When you play it, okay? Be careful. I just played my first finger a little too high, so it's very easy when you play an extension to accidentally play a higher 1. So make sure you pull back your 1, okay? Then make sure you're counting your half notes. Now at measure 42, be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, pits, pits, pits. Get softer. 1, 2, pits, 4, 1, 2, 3, end. And then hold your bow. When my hands go down with the baton, you then will change to the next song and put your instrument down, or your bow down. Okay? So, key thing at the end is you make sure you listen to the violins. You're gonna hear at measure 43, the second violins play this first, followed by the violas at measure 44, continuing it. Okay? Then at 45 you have rest, pits, 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 pits. Okay? So, if you need to go back and work on this, please do so. Stop the video, pause it, then do it again. Okay? Now, let's play 36 to the end together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend. Make sure you're at a forte. And then get a little bit softer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hold. And then bows down. Good job. So, make sure that you get softer too when you're at 45 to the end. Okay? Now, we're going to try that one more time without me counting. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. right, that's the end. So I would like to do 42 to 48 one more time because I think I might have accidentally added in a measure. See, what I did, if you saw, I started to prep. But the bad thing was I wasn't still counting in my head when I prepped. So make sure you're still counting in your head if you prep. So let's do 42 to the end, okay? I'm gonna give you 4, and then I'm gonna be silent because I'm practicing the rest in my head, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the end. So another suggestion, when you're playing the last 4 measures, try to memorize it. So that way you can look and watch my baton go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm gonna give you 1 for each quarter note, and for half note 1, 3, and then 1. Then my hands will stay up. You gotta watch. Don't put your bow down. And then when I put my hands down, that's when you do. Okay? Great. We got through the whole thing. Now, let's go back and play the whole thing without stopping. Okay? I'm gonna move this a second. So the tricky part for me is that I have some page turns because I'm reading off of my score. So if there's a slight pause, it's because I need to turn the page, and that's why we're stopping, okay? Now, once we play it all together, I suggest you going and playing it without stopping by yourself, so there's not that awkward turn, okay? So here we go from the beginning. Make sure you have your mute on. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift. I'm gonna do my page turn real quick. Here we go. 3, go. right. So that was the whole thing. I hope you were able to keep up, and I hope this helps. So, now, if you don't want to practice this with the recording afterwards, go ahead, stop the video, go practice on your own. Make sure, if you practice with a metronome, it should be at about 72 beats per minute in 4/4 time, okay? So remember to count, tap your foot, count in your head, subdivide, remember your slurs, remember your natural notes, remember to count your long notes, and remember to watch your lift before measure 22. Okay? All right. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, I can answer it next time I see you. Happy practicing, good luck, and please practice as much as you can so we can have a productive last rehearsal, be able to run through everything, and be able to perform a fabulous concert for the first time with the other groups. Okay? See you later.